So, Reed, for the intelligence field, do you recommend the Security Plus and Data Plus, or is there a better combination? And I guess really the big question here is, in the intelligence field, do people care about certifications, Reed?
It really depends on where you go. If you're going to work signals intelligence, like my background, then yeah, they really do care about Security Plus. They care about Network Plus as well. Because guess what? If you need to track someone or their cell phone or their IP address or email, whatever it is, like knowing how the infrastructure of technology really assists in that. However, if you want to get into intelligence, it's so broad, right? Like you can do things with overhead, persistent, infrared. You can do things with human intelligence. You can do things with all different kinds, even nuclear, where you're like looking at material science and like trying to figure out particulates in the air of nuclear explosion. So it's, if you're really trying to focus in on cybersecurity with the intelligence aspect, I think Security Plus and Data Plus is an outstanding combination. In terms of actual intelligence tradecraft, I would say Data Plus is fantastic because there's a lot of information about data visualization, for example. And as a former professional military briefer, the first thing they teach you in Intel school is that if you're talking to a Flagstaff officer, like a general, include as many graphics as possible because you want to keep people entertained. Yeah, it's hey, so I have this PowerPoint, and here's an F-16 flying into the target zone for the sortie. It's I don't know what this has to do with the brief, but it looks good. Data Plus all the way. And also just understanding the basic mechanics of data analysis is super valuable. For example, before I got out of the military, the Air Force was actually moving the 14 November career field. So all source intelligence analysis, part of the new career field is actually being technologically literate because we have a lot of people who are soft sciences or liberal arts in nature or background. So yet again, language guy. So I didn't have any hard technical skills. And when I got to my duty assignment, I was originally attached to the 318th Cyber Operations Group. And so I was hanging out with a bunch of 17 Sierras who are offensive cyber folks. And I didn't have the technical chops to actually communicate with them. So if you are interested in cyber intelligence, Security Plus is a fantastic opportunity. Data Plus is fantastic. And also if you're more interested in, I'll say networking, then Network Plus is also great. All three of those are fantastic.
And the only other one that I would recommend there is Security Plus is going to teach you all the foundation so you can speak tech and be able to be conversant in all the language and be able to talk with the technical folks. But if you actually want to learn open source intelligence, how do you do Google dorking, all that kind of stuff, that's actually covered in CYSA, more so in version 2 than version 3. Version 3 has been pulling back on some of that. But in version 2, there was a whole section. I think we had one or two sections in our course because it was such a big concept about talking about the cyber kill chain and using Lockheed Martin and talking about the attack framework and talking about how to do open source intelligence and find all this information about bad guys and imagery and all that kind of stuff was actually covered in that because the DoD had a hand in doing the outlines and the objectives of the CompTIA CYSA, and they saw that as being valuable, and so a lot of people needed that. The other piece of that is, from a Security Plus perspective, if you are in a job that's working for the DoD or a DoD contractor, and they classify it as a cyber or cyber adjacent job, even if it's intelligence, you are going to be required to get your Security Plus to be able to hold that position within 6 months of getting hired.